For the aquaponics, they run that whole greenhouse, so they know that they need something running to support fish as well as a vegetable crop. So they're reliable, they know that that's their project, that's their goal. Same thing with hydroponics. They know that they're responsible for that project, so they have to be able to know what they can and cannot do. I walk around a lot, I ask a lot of questions, make sure everybody stays on task. Even though I don't spend as much time in the aqua, I know how much time I need to spend in there. I know that by the end of the period, I will get an exit pass from them, and those students will be able to tell me what they did in that period as well as what grade. They grade everybody in that period. And my students are they're very hard on each other. So if you don't work, you're not getting the grade. They're not going to give you an easy A. So I know that about my students. I know that they will work hard, and they know that something has to be done at the end of the period. If it's not, there will be consequences to why it's not done. They have a certain amount of time to get it done. As for hydroponics, same thing. I call students one by one. I assess them all. They understand what is expected of them while I test them, and they all know what jobs need to get done. So as long as it's all there for them in the beginning, they know what needs to be done by the end of the period. This is pretty much a typical day. So all I had to do was set up the lab, make sure that was ready. Everything else the kids already know. They know where to get their supplies, so I don't need to get it for them. They know what tools they need. They get everything themselves. So as long as I set that up in the beginning of the school year, it makes my life a lot easier throughout the year. There was a little bit of behavioral. All I have to do is give them one warning and they know when to stop. Other than that, these two classes, the sixth period class, they were pretty well behaved. They understood my outcomes. They all reached their outcomes and everything was accomplished.
Why do you think they're so quick to stop?
Due to I'm very firm in the beginning of the school year, which I think you have to be, especially in this type of setting where they're not always in the classroom. I cannot be at all places at once, so they have to know that there are expectations and there are consequences. So if they get 2 talking tos, they know that there will be a consequence after. So they're usually, all I have to do is tell them once and it usually stops after that. I believe all students were engaged. All their jobs got done. Everybody helped each other, whether it's rolling up hoses, cleaning up after each other, making sure everything's put away. For the aqua, it ran. Even though you have 10 people crowding around one thing, they were all able to help each other and it runs sufficiently. I know my aqua kids were super excited that they got a new system running by themselves, again, without any help. The only help they needed was, oh, we can't figure out how to do this. I give them a new tool. They have to figure out how to use the tool and then they're able to make it work. Hydroponics, they're super excited. You can actually see the cucumbers crawling. Now they're asking me questions about what the flowers are there for. I'm like, every flower you get a cucumber, so they're counting all the flowers, seeing how many cucumbers they're gonna get. Lettuce is all growing out beautifully, so it's a crop. For a while we haven't had any crops because their testing was wrong. Now that their testing's all been correct, they're super excited for harvest time. This lesson, I think we could develop more. I could give them a little bit harder pH ones. A lot of them, like I told the kids, I tried to mess with it to change it and I couldn't because their stuff was all done correctly. So if I could give a little bit more harder testing, that might help them out a lot more. But as long as I know they understand the concept, that's the main thing.